Nigeria's electoral umpire, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, dropped a bombshell yesterday. They proposed a total budget of 873.78 billion naira to conduct the 2027 general elections. Did you hear the figure? Well, the proposal was presented in Abuja by the INEC chairman, and that proposal again is 873.78 billion naira. Yes, INEC chairman Professor Josh Mupita presented this to the National Assembly Joint Committee on Electoral Matters. Now, according to the Commission, the submission complies with the Electoral Act 2022, all right, which mandates that election budgets are prepared at least 1 year, well, you could say 1 year, ahead of the polls. In the breakdown of the 873.78 billion naira for 2027, INEC outlined how the funds would be allocated. Now, let's break it down for you quickly. Operational costs goes to the tune of 379.75 billion naira. That's operational costs. Administrative costs, 92.32 billion naira. Technological costs, that is where your BVAS, IREV, and your electronic transmission falls under. That goes for 209.21 billion naira. You can see it takes the bulk of the sum. Now, election capital costs, 154.91 billion naira. And then you now have miscellaneous expenses, which goes to 42.61 billion naira. The proposal figure marks an increase from the 303.4 billion naira released for the 2023 general elections, reflecting rising operational demand, expanded technology deployment, and inflationary pressures. We're going to start from inflationary pressures first, and we'll look into that as we climb higher. But let's take a look at this video, and then we'll come down and break it for you so that we can hear your thoughts while you drop a comment or two on our socials, preferably, and well, not preferably, but particularly on YouTube. But then again, let's take a look at this.
And so, it will go by 2027, and the preparation for that election has already started. Because if you want to raise the future, you better, if you want to predict the future, it's necessary to create it early on time. So that is the reason why, in the wisdom of the National Assembly, it was decided years back that the appropriation for the general election should be made 360 days before the date fixed for the election. So we have before the National Assembly, therefore, the 2027 proposed INEC election budget, which is for the general election, pursuant to Section 3, subsection 3 of the Electoral Act 2022. And the budget on the summary page is divided into 4 main heads. We have the election operation cost, which is 375 billion 748 195 271.47. We also have election administrative costs, which is 92 billion 311 591 396.58. We have election technology costs, which is 209 billion 205 589 977.70. And finally, we have the election capital costs, which is the sum of 154 billion 904 529 641.94. The total proposed budget for the general election in the sum of 832,169,906,287.67 with a miscellaneous expense of 41,608,495,314.39. And now the grand total is 873,778,401,602.08. Mr. Chairman, sir, distinguished members of the committee,
all the money you need, nobody has. Democracy is not cheap, or most spend all our resources for democracy. After you have been elected, what do you do for the people? I do not think, to find respect, that INEC needs hospital. Private hospital, the INEC hospital too in Abuja. You have offices in the 36 states. You mean if INEC officer in Benin is sick, he has to come to Abuja for treatment? Why do you have to have your INEC hospital? You have INEC special disease? I don't think so. Because this is an area we can avoid so that you focus on your core mandate. Your core mandate is not medicine. It's not healthcare. That's the mandate of the Ministry of Health. And if INEC people in Abuja needs quality healthcare and you think you are not getting it, we talk to the Minister of Health. But honestly, sir, INEC has to be restricted to its core mandate, namely to conduct free, fair, regular elections. Not to be running hospital, don't have that confidence. If INEC man has a post-trade problem, you are going to have a lot of men who are in their 60s and 50s. Are you going to create a urologist? If you have if INEC child has a problem, you are going to have a pediatric doctor. I think these are things. This is God displacement. You remember your leadership. Let that name return to its core mandate and not go into the issues of healthcare facility going towards groups. Imagine that next to me is from Akwa Ibom. He's going to travel from New York to Abuja. If I make the person there has this, even those in Lagos, you are going to fly from Lagos to Abuja for treatment. Prof, these are the avoidable ways which you can deal with. I'm talking of general term now. You didn't start it, but if your predecessor started, you can terminate it. And it channel the resources to where you need the capacity,
the support that you need to be able to give effect to the amended electoral law, which now prescribes electronic transmission. Do you have that cover, infrastructure to enable you to communicate and transmit from all polling stations? Because you need monitoring for that. That's what we found it. Is it already covered, Mr. Chairman? It's so important that we get a response. Thank you.
Okay, that is why you already made a comment yourself. You came in late. That was the last question that was put in here. And we all agree that on this issue, it is not him that will tell us. We will look at it. He has made a proposal. By the time we look at it and we pass the law, we'll put in anything and also ask what will be adequate for him to support. So are you comfortable now?
Very comfortable.
Thank you very much. So
Drama, drama, drama. But it's not just about the drama. It's about ensuring that whatever has been approved for INEC to carry out the 2027 elections, it will be smooth sail. It would not be a repetition of what we saw in 2023, especially when it was hinged on glitches. But let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at what Nigerians are saying, and we'll also drop our 2 cents on what we think. You can share your thoughts as well. We're streaming live on YouTube, so please do that right away.
So while we drop our 2 cents, it's important that they also drop their 50 cents. We'll be right back after this break.
Welcome back. So this is Breakfast Central, and we are on Wake Up Conversations. Minga Borowa joins us this morning. What's up, Minga?
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad we went on that break so we could do a quick substitution and the top striker can come in. Although no one is leaving, but it's good. You know,
I can leave.
Well complete. No, leave. To where?
They call top striker.
I mean, I would never miss a show, a day to Valentine's Day. Love is in the air, and I'm surprised Olive is wearing green.
I know. Okay, Chukwemeka already asked. He said, "I'm not red today. What happened?" When I asked you to wear red, and all of you said you know.
I was going to wear red, but because you changed your mind.
Two of you that are actually married did not wear the red. It's now me that will carry it on.
I was going to wear Guru Maharaji red.
The problem is Nigeria red.
Everywhere red.
So we're already wearing red. No.
Okay. So in the spirit of Valentine, before we now get into the comments to, dissect what's happened with INEC and the budgetary allocations, we want to give a special shout out to Olamide Elizabeth, also known as Olami. You know the person that calls you Olami. He wants to wish you a happy Valentine and to say that he really, really does love you. And we hope that you both have the best Valentine today. No, tomorrow.
Is that part of wake-up conversation?
Yes, it's part of because we can tweak things. We have to make space for our family members. Our online audience are part of our family members.
See me in my office.
I should see you in your office.
Yeah.
Let's take some comments.
Let's take comments first.
These comments are still Valentine related. Please, let's now get into the conversation today about INEC. We're looking at the budgetary allocations for INEC. You do a comparative analysis between what is budgeted this year. It's a huge leap from what was budgeted in 2023. Let's take what Nigerians are saying, and then we'll come back here to share our own thoughts about it. But you can do yours as well on YouTube via New Central TV Live.
Monsieur Avril says 800 billion, 200 billion for election tech, and then I don't want to do real-time transmission. It's true now. You can't be ordering for snail in a restaurant and you don't expect your bill to go up. You better drop that snail.
We're not dropping it.
No, I'm saying, it's just logical. Since we're not dropping it, then, yeah. Come see, come sir. Felicia Olatejile says 200 billion naira for technology alone. We don't want to hear stories after this. How much did Elon Musk used to start Tesla?
As in, I don't get.
Yeah. B-Check says, now tell me why networks should be an issue for electronically transmitting results from polling units.
No issue. No
what I ordered versus what I got. What we ordered must be what we get. EOD says, with over 200 billion budgeted for technology, there shouldn't be any excuses about real-time transmission of votes. All that money cannot go to waste. It's a lot of money. So it's Shalala says, so billions for INEC, but roads are in shambles, education is regressing, Naira is dying slowly, agriculture is basically fighting for survival, it says Iranian government. I wonder what that means.
All right, that's all that we have on that story, but you can keep sharing your thoughts regarding that.
We need to talk about
the increasingly high budget that has been put. It was about 300 billion at the last elections, a huge leap to 800. Yeah. Yes, we will take note of the fact that the exchange rate now is not the same thing as it was.
Yeah, and inflation.
But still, 800 is a huge leap.
One of the things that makes, and it's not just INEC, and we've seen this traditionally in the history of budgeting in Nigeria, is that MDAs, government agencies, ministries will leave their core mandate and they start picking projects. They want to build a healthcare facility in University of Lagos. It's not your business. Face your core mandate. And when you have all these insertions, that's what makes the budget bloated. And then we also have the issue of line items that keep coming back year on year, as if furnitures have expiry dates and vehicles, it's a mess.
For INEC Benga, I think Nigerians also need to understand one thing that is certain. In the 2023 elections, you have 313 billion naira. For this, you have 873. So that's like times 2.
Yeah,
it's just a difference.
Yeah,
a fraction. Maybe let's say over almost 170% or so, added to the budget. So we're looking at a difference of almost 560 billion naira that is going to be used in terms of difference that will be used for the election. Nigerians are now saying one thing. Should the Senate pass this bill, this budget rather, and say, okay, approved, then there should be no excuses. There should be no case of disenfranchisement.
Or a glitch.
Or there should be no glitch. It should be, like they always say, free, fair, and general. where everyone's civic right is going to be respected. It simply means that INEC, there will be no room for area boys.
I've just confirmed how many percent increase. 179%.
Exactly, 179%.
Because I'm sure security is also part of that budget.
It's there. It's part. It's there. So this is, and I think Nigerians are also calling for Joash Amukwito now to address Nigerians, especially. But I think he should address Nigerians when the budget has been approved, because once this budget has been approved, then he needs to come out to give Nigerians the full confidence that, listen, based on what was done in the previous elections, we have learned and seen everything that happened, especially the cases of voter intimidation, vote buying, and so on. We have now put XYZ in place, which means that with this huge budget that we are going to have, we will solve all of those issues.
Please,
I think, Benga, sorry to just to finalize, and I think just as you have presidential debates, the INEC boss should also be open to debates from Nigeria.
No, not a debate, a world press conference.
A one-on-one
press conference where journalists are free to ask questions.
Exactly.
Yes.
Let him be open to that, where people would now have a tete-a-tete with him and ask him questions. These individuals will come from the different political parties, so that whatever he says on live television, broadcast live, Nigerians will hold him. Not that he will go to Chatham House and say A, and then come to Nigeria and say, after all, I did, the law didn't stipulate that I must use this process. I think these are the steps that must be taken.
Absolutely.
Joash Amukwito's duty is now put on the front burner, on the plate, before Nigerians to see if it's going to deliver.
Just before you go on, I want us to put back that graphic.
The graphics.
With the breakdown.
All right, unfortunately, we need to move,
Because how can miscellaneous expenses be 42 billion?
Electoral says miscellaneous is 20% of technology budget for INEC. Or these people know how to embezzle SHA, or they are just taking us for a fool. That's what Lenin says on YouTube. Melvin Orianwo says, bros, the last chairman gave assurances. People came from abroad to vote. What happened in Nigeria is a joke. And Felix Okechukwu says, MOD talking about the exchange rate affecting the amount budgeted for INEC. So it reached for election. Senators have accepted that inflation is high. I'm not excusing it too. But let's quickly move to our next story. Security operatives on Thursday reportedly attempted to arrest former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, shortly after he arrived from Cairo, Egypt. Muyiwa Adeleke, Mr. El-Rufai's media aide, stated in a post on X that security agents approached the former governor immediately after he disembarked from his flight. According to him, El-Rufai declined to accompany the operatives, insisting that he had not been formally invited for questioning. A viral video circulating online showed supporters of the former governor at the airport chanting solidarity songs and forming a protective ring around him, thereby preventing the former Kaduna governor and former minister of the FCT from being arrested. Speaking after the incident in a brief post on X, the former governor said his legal team had already responded to the incident. El-Rufai lawyers described the incident as a flagrant violation of constitutional rights, executive overreach, and a deliberate disregard for the rule of law. According to the legal team, El-Rufai had been invited by the EFCC while he was already outside the country. A development, they said, made immediate compliance impossible. Now this is the video. And that is a clip there of him not, will I say resisting arrest or refusing to be arrested. But let's see what Nigerians are saying about this on X while you drop your comments on YouTube as well. Our first tweet on X, crying shame, Tinubu must release El-Rufai's passport now. From Omoyele Showore. I just watched a video of the attempted arrest by Nasir El-Rufai at the airport. I condemn it. Such reckless excesses by a failing government cannot be tolerated, Abdul Mahmoud says. And in the next tweet, but that was how you got me abducted from Port Harcourt on May 8, 2019, without any warrant. Maybe because I'm just an ordinary citizen and not a former governor like you. As long as the sun rises and settles, you will surely have a taste of your medicine, Malam Nasir El-Rufai. These are such strong allegations by Stephen Kefas. Timid the law says Nasir El-Rufai has no business talking about the rule of law. no governor between 2015 and 2023 abused due process like he did. He demolished houses despite court injunctions. Critics were detained without court orders. Tinubu has not done 1% of what El-Rufai did. Timi, the law says. Gentlemen?
You know what they say is, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. And in the same breath, an eye for an eye makes the world blind.
Go blind.
He's going to appear before the EFCC on Monday.
On Monday, yeah.
Yes, so on Monday, he asked for a formal invitation, and I think they've sent that to him.
I mean, El-Rufai is not the kind of person that the EFCC would invite and he would start.
Don't forget, he made a strong claim that the president withdraws 100 billion naira monthly from the government account, from the federal government account. So maybe that could be one of the reasons why they've called it.
And they've also been insinuating it, because if you remember the newspaper headlines yesterday, we saw a piece there that says, since his aides have been arrested, is anticipating this arrest. So we wait and see. I mean, if it's clean, if he has no case to answer, he would definitely be released to go about his duty. But
absolutely.
Let things be done properly.
All right. I mean, on Monday, we'll have update on that regarding his visit to the EFCC and what the results of that will be. But you can keep sharing your thoughts on YouTube via News Central TV Live. Let's now get into the proper conversations for today by sharing with you our top stories.